3. Let's go.
Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast.
Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. You're back again with me, Mark, and Findi, and welcome back to the Music Circle. For anyone who doesn't know who we are, we're Balcony AUX Chord, and we talk about anything really: philosophy, mindfulness, anything that happens in our lives, basically. And this started off of my balcony, where we would listen to music and look out in the world and just talk about life and everything, using music as a launching point for discussion. But this week, we're going to be talking about mindfulness and habit building. It doesn't have to be just that conversation, but I think it's a good starting point. And I don't know if we'll, talk about music at all. We normally don't sometimes, but like, it's okay. It's all good. But yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But Findi, how are you doing, dude? Update the people on your hand. I know there's people who are concerned about your hand.
Who's concerned, bro? I'm not concerned.
Someone texted me earlier and they're like, "Oh, how's Findi's hand?" How do you know what this?
It's like healing, bro. It's like healing. It's it's like pink right now, like all of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it doesn't hurt anymore.
Right.
Like it's technically a healed wound.
Shit.
But I just keep it covered because I don't want it to scar.
Right.
And it heals better if it's not like dried out.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah, for anyone who's new to the podcast, like Findi burnt his hand a couple weeks earlier, or last week even.
The same way Mark burned his hand.
Yeah, on oil, basically.
On the exact same thing happened.
That's why we have a podcast, man. A lot of commonalities. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I saw the right hand too.
Right.
Can I see the scarring on your hand?
Yeah, it's it's not a lot, dude. Like, I don't think you should be stressed about it. There is some existence of it.
Like fucking Darth Vader, dude.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of tough.
a little bit.
What if I fucking look like Darth Vader?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll heal up. Just be good to it, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm
okay, how are you?
I'm okay. I think with how Thailand is doing, just for like a time capsule moment to like put my mind onto tape, I guess. Not good right now.
Wait,
capsule wise.
Give some context.
Yeah, the context is that COVID is getting worse. That's the obvious news, right? Like,
what are some numbers?
The numbers are there was 9,000 something cases today, and there was like 100
new
deaths.
cases.
Yes,
so
new cases. And this is with testing not being commonly available to people. So people have to line up since like early morning 5 a.m. just to get tested. To get tested, not the vaccine, okay? Let me just say that. So there's people still in line and still at home who don't know if they should go get tested because, they might have COVID. And with just the numbers of 9,000 for a population of 70 million people, that's pretty crazy, I think. And I think it'll be exponential if we don't do anything about it, And, that's already bad news. Other bad news, I guess, I guess with that is the poor management of everything, like, associated with COVID right now, with vaccines as well as getting the necessary different vaccines into Thailand. So we don't have Moderna or Pfizer right now. So, like, there aren't a lot of options.
We have, Sinovac.
We have, Sinovac, we got Sinopharm, we got AstraZeneca, which are, I guess, like, Astra or Sinopharm are probably the best choices right now, but you do your own research, man. Like, that's your choice, your body thing. But apart from that,
who's responsible for this shithole that?
There's a lot of, there's a lot of blame to be thrown around, I think. And it's clear that, the inefficiencies of government to facilitate this has, is ridiculous, I think. And they've had a whole year to plan this out, like vaccine, like the rollout. I know they just discovered it like February or some shit. But the rollout of it is like really slow right? And it's like, why didn't we plan this earlier? Like, why didn't we plan an app? Why didn't we plan a system to distribute this to people earlier? And you know, it's not great. Also, containment is not great here as well. Like I said, like we're not doing great. But other than COVID, there was also many fires this past week, which is like I'm just confused what's happening right now. So last week a chemical fire you know, just came out of nowhere. A factory, plastic factory, like blew up and causing like a 10-kilometer radius of like pollution basically, and the 10 kilometers had to like evacuate. Especially the 5 kilometers, because I know I have friends who live in that area and their windows were shattered from the explosion. Like all of them. All the windows are shattered. Like that's crazy. And I live in the 11-kilometer radius of that. So I was like on the fence of being like, should I evacuate or not? But at one point when I was working out on my patio,
Did you feel like
I smelled the smoke. Like I don't know if it was just like a nearby smoke thing, but like I started smelling smoke and I was like, probably not a good day to be working out outside anyways, so I'm gonna go inside, you know. But like that happened for a couple days. That exposed a lot of inadequacies in our firefighting force, but also the fire. I mean, I get it. And also, dude, respect to all the firefighters who like risked their lives.
Apparently there were volunteers.
Yeah, because our system is so poor that like, you know, like you don't need a lot of qualifications to be a firefighter, right? Yeah. And so that means that like, you know, like the how you manage, how you facilitate is like it's lagging. And I mean, but honestly, like respect to all the firefighters that like risk their lives, like literally, to go into chemical fires and shit like that, to do that, because I know they aren't qualified. They're just dudes who are brave and like they just did it because they had to. And like, dude, like that's amazing, right? Because like, I mean, dude, like you're ill-equipped and you're going into like a chemical fire. Like that takes a lot of balls. So like, props to those guys, but
oh man,
the governance surrounding it and the equipment available was so poorly, you know, it was not fast enough. I think it only was handled like later in the day, which was like already like 18 to 20 hours later, which was like I don't know, man, pretty crazy.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, and then later on the second day of the flames, another factory burned
That's
up.
the one near my house. That's the one near my house.
Yeah, right. And I was like, what the fuck's happening? And then today, I think, or yesterday, a hospital like was on fire too. I was like, what the fuck? What's happening with Thailand and flames right now? Like we're.
It's like I talked to my cousin. My cousin's like, yeah, it's like actually hell here. Thailand is like hell right now. There's fire and fires going out. There's fucking people fucking dying.
Yeah, dude, it's
like
fucked up.
100 people are dying every day.
Yeah,
100 people are dying every day just because the government is just not making good choices.
Yeah,
or has not been making good choices.
Yeah, we don't have enough beds for people right now.
Not enough.
So people who are showing symptoms as well as those in critical, they don't have enough beds for those. Like we have enough beds for asymptomatic people. Is that the term? People who don't show like
asymptomatic people should just fucking stay home.
Exactly. They're changing the protocol right now so that can be the case. But like as of recent. But the beds where they need the beds aren't available yet. But not great, but that's me. I guess that can start off my mindfulness area of like kind of like I'm not in a good like I think like I'm not in a good place.
There's a lot more bad shit happening in Thailand,
right?
But you know what are we gonna do?
I feel just two boys with mics on YouTube.
Yeah, what are we gonna do, and what is Thailand gonna do except try to handle it? I guess you guys are going into a full lockdown.
Yeah, they're not calling it that. it's fucking PR move. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's not. We're not calling it a lockdown, but there's a curfew from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. and you can't leave to do anything, but only the groceries. But it's not a lockdown. Though.
It's not a full lockdown.
It's not a lockdown, but only groceries though. I'm like, the fuck,
that's
bitch?
Hilarious.
Come on,
that's
now.
such a joke. Like, oh man,
it's literally it's literally because in the same day, like one of the officials or like the pressers or whatever, they were like, there will not be a lockdown. So if they came out with like there will be a lockdown, they'll look illegitimate. But like, I mean, they
already do look illegitimate, man. Yeah. They are illegitimate since the beginning.
If you go talk to if you go talk to any of the supporters though, they're all for it right now. I'm like, what are you reading? Like, what are you?
Oh, really?
How are you thinking like this?
It could be maybe obviously like. Maybe it's like sort of like everyone's in their own echo chamber.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm definitely in my own echo chamber too. Like people around me are in echo chamber.
Yeah, and the people like supporting
without a doubt. But like I mean that aside, right? That aside, with the death toll, the COVID cases, as well as the handling of like the fires and everything, how could you still be okay with this?
Yeah, how could you still support? Yeah.
And people are like literally, they're either dying from COVID or just starving from no money right now. It's like crazy. Yeah. Like people don't have money right now. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
The thing that I found funny is just one more thing.
Yeah.
Is that some government officials were like, yeah, we're not going to accept like 3 months of salary.
Yeah. That was so funny to me. I was like, what? I'm like I was like,
who are you fooling right now?
Yeah.
Like, is anyone like with your shit right now?
Yeah.
And I guess there are fucking
straight up.
I don't want to call them idiots, but what else? What other word can I use?
Yeah, they're just like we're not gonna get paid. Like we feel bad. Like we're gonna do as much as possible. We're not getting paid. I'm like, bro, like
literally
you get money from everywhere else.
Your salary is 20,000, bro. You're a government official. Like your salary is nothing.
Yeah, but like I'm like, wow, like just most of your money doesn't even come from your salary. Most of your money comes from other sources, you know? So it's like,
unknown sources, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Literally, you sign a piece of paper, you can live for 3 years. That's you. Like, shut the fuck up. And we all know that. We all know that.
What a joke.
My question is that, like, they're fooling someone. Like, someone's
No, people believe this. I was talking to my aunt today, and she was like, like, wow, admirable. I'm like, what? This is like I don't like this one, but you know, she is an aunt. I was like, wow, wow, okay.
Oh man, I just want to talk about how badly the situation is. But let's move on.
I mean, there's not much else to talk about, really. I mean, like, I'm not a source of information. Go do your research and come rebuke your case if you're in favor of the government right now, all right? Like, I'm just talking from my perspective and facts that I've read. Facts.
I think it's really interesting, that whole movement of like celebrities and people coming out to apologize for like going to the protests in like 2014, 2013.
Oh yeah.
You know the what's it called?
The hand clapping shit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So basically, for context, it's just like back in like 2013, Thailand actually had a democratically elected government that was like corrupt in a way, and a lot of people were like not happy with that, so they came out and they protested to like get rid of that regime, get rid of that system, not the regime, get rid of that like government. And so what ended up happening was the coup. So the Thai soldiers came out and they're like, we take care of it. Yeah. And they have not left.
Yeah.
For 8 years.
I mean, what was expected? In my opinion, like, what were you expecting would happen?
What were you expecting exactly? But in 2014, like, that was the thing. Everybody I knew was out there.
Yeah, I was
out there. I was out there.
For sure.
I was just like, what the fuck? This is sick. Like, you know, it was like, there was like parades, parties. Right. And what happened, what that brought was this you know, and honestly, like, there is no accountability. It's just what it is.
Of course not, dude.
They don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Like, even as a kid, I was arguing with someone close to me. I'll say that. They were in favor of the protest, and I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, that to me was like super, like, very like Bangkok elite kind of like fighting the powers that they were like, they didn't like because someone else was winning. Like, someone else was winning and they weren't, and they were like, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
There was a democratically elected government.
Yeah.
By the people. Yeah. The people went in, they cast their ballots, and they picked this motherfucker. Yeah. And then
they might be good or bad, but like the rich people were like, we're not having it.
And the rich people were like, no, we gotta protect the monarchy or whatever the
argument. Yeah.
And they came out and they were like, no, take this down. Yeah. Shut this out. Shut this. And it happened. It got shut up, and then this happened. I remember we were doing our IB exams. Yep. In grade 11, we were doing mock IB exams, and they were canceled because there were tanks and shit running around the city.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is politics, and you gotta understand it. Like,
it's so funny. It's like, so funny, bro.
As a kid, I wasn't even surprised, man. I was just like, wow. Like, okay. Like, a coup happened. Like, what's new, really? You know?
Yeah. Like the coup thing, I was just like, okay. Like, we had this before. In 2006, when we were like 9, I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same story.
Yeah. But, yeah, mindfulness.
Where are we? Are we 16 minutes in?
Oh, man. Yeah, you just gotta let go of some steam, you know. I feel like, you know.
No, we gotta talk about
angry.
it. It's like, how do you not talk about it right now as a Thai person? Right. It's just it's frustrating. I feel like if we don't address it, that's like, what the fuck, you know? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Mindfulness right now?
Like, right.
Bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Let's talk about mine.
It's not great right now, but like, I mean, there's a lot of fingers to be pointed, but like, you know, what can that do at this point? I think we gotta like all help each other and like find a solution somehow. Like, I think the ruling party will still win no matter what, like, because there's other factors at play. I mean, not win the election, but like whatever the argument is, they will win, because for some reason, you know, it'll be okay for them always, because, you know,
still a lot of dumb people in Thailand.
I don't know about that. I think there's a lot of smart people in Thailand, but I think
there's a lot of smart people, but a lot of dumb people are in power.
I think it's the echo chambers that are in place. I think, you know, like, people are. I think me included and you included. I think we're all very, you know, in our own space, and we all like hear the same shit, and I think that's a huge problem. And like that's the problem with cancel culture too, right? Like, I think we talked about this before. Like, cancel culture is not great, really. It can be good, but I think in general, in the political sense, I think it's not that great.
I think I don't know. What I noticed is that like Thailand is working on this system, this social, like apparatus, like where you kind of people criticize a lot. Yeah. Like I don't know what the direct translation is, but like that.
No, it's criticism, right? Like, I feel like
that's all we do. That's all anybody is doing.
Yeah. Like we're not problem solvers. We're not like solution building. Like it's a lot of criticism. And I think that is a problem. I think we're like we have been criticizing it too, but I feel like, you know, like like if you want to talk about solutions, like, yeah, like we can talk about solutions, but I think at the base of it too is like everything on social media that has been, you know, talking about politics in general has been like what you said, like very criticism. Like, criticism in general. Like, it's not about like, okay, like, let's fix this
What should you
problem
do?
with
What should you do? Yeah.
whatever this innovation is or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not
like,
programmatic.
Oh, resign. You're stupid. Resign.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like the problem with the kid movement too, because I was like, okay, like I like the angle where like, okay, like here's some solutions, like here's some things you might do. I like that side.
Yes.
I don't like the like you're fucking stupid, like get out of here, like come on, like let's use a little reason here, like stop doing that.
Yeah.
But
suggest something. Something.
At the end of the day, what I'm advocating for is just keep an open mind. Talk to people. Like my aunt today, like I didn't walk away from her. I like asked her more questions, like why, and like why do you think this? Why do you think that the monthly thing is like a respectable thing? Like, do you not? Okay.
What the monthly what?
The monthly salary and stuff like yeah, like stuff like that. Like I think what I'm advocating for is like you gotta care what other people think too, and like not be so quick to shut off other people's opinions. You can definitely keep your own opinions. You don't have to like compromise, but I think you should listen though. Like honestly, and I it's all right. Like I was on Clubhouse earlier, not earlier today, but like earlier in the past, and like I've had a heated discussion on like on just stuff in general, not Thai politics, but like cancel culture and stuff like that, and like there were like other people who were just very like standoffish, and I feel like being standoffish is quite bad. I think when you're discussing with people, we're discussing like intellectual exchange and stuff like that, and I think that's it's not great. I'll just leave it at that. You
just gotta. I feel like there's two things. One, don't get. I feel like it's like if you bring in too much of your emotion into discussing anything, you're just not gonna have a good time because you're gonna end up hurting your own like ego and hurting the other person's ego. But sometimes the people that do keep a level head, sometimes I notice that like it's not really for argument's sake.
It is not.
It's to make the other person look dumb.
Oh,
like
okay.
Like you know who Ben Shapiro is?
Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro does that all the time. Yeah, it's like he's not arguing. He's just questioning and like making them look dumb in front of them.
Yeah, like that's not like okay, like all right, like I guess everyone likes to come off as smarter than the other person.
Yeah,
that's like I guess human nature. That's ego. But making the other person look dumb isn't solving anything.
Yes, I agree.
It's just it's
belittling someone else to validate your own feelings and your own ego.
To validate your own ego.
Yeah.
And it's just not a good look. Like it's just not.
I agree.
Just
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yeah. And I think like when I talk to people about like these issues, when it's like very like contentious or whatever the case may be, like I never, like I'm serious now, like I never try to convince someone, like I never argue with them, if that makes any sense. Like I always be like, okay, like what do you think about it? And like we can disagree and we can talk about our disagreements, but I'm not trying to win, When I think you're trying to win, it's like it becomes a very like standoff, like it's binary now. It's either 1 or 0. It's either you win or I lose, It's like and there's no in between, because the truth is everything is in between, right?
Yeah.
It's like literally like how do we come to a solution?
How do you know anything?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like and I think maybe just to go back to that one episode we talked about our art degrees a little, but like the art degree kind of teaches you to be a little abstract. Not to say that this is like a true benefit to life, but like when you're discussing bullshit, like abstract shit, like politics or social problems and stuff like that, when it's like very like up in the air, like anyone could be right. It is very important to be like, okay, like what are your thoughts? Like what are your it's fluid. It's not like 1 or 0. It's just anything, right? And that's kind of my take on it. And I get really sad when people want to fight me, or not like physically, but like they want to argue with me and they want to win. They want to prove that I'm wrong, and I'm like, okay, like okay, like yes, I might be wrong on that front, but also you must understand where I'm coming from too. Like, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. And if that doesn't happen, right, I'm just like, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah. I just don't like it when people bring in sort of like not values, but like they kind of use sort of like morality
yeah,
or something to, like, if you have an opinion, right? And then someone doesn't agree with your opinion.
yeah.
A lot of times people like to sort of make you feel like
You're a bad person.
For thinking that way.
Right. Right.
And I can't get behind that. Like, I don't really like, you know, like when you're saying something, you're saying your opinion and they're like, you're a bad person for thinking that.
Right.
You know, and it's like, oh, like, I thought we were just having a discussion. Like, why
immediately shutting down everything else that follows.
It's immediately shutting down. Like, even if things make sense, whatever, if you're like this, like, someone can throw out like a buzzword, like, you're a racist, you know? And when in reality, maybe, you know, you're not. Like, you're not trying to make a point about that. You're not being racist at all. But, like, you're racist. You're gaslighting. Like, whatever. There's like a bunch of buzzwords now that, like, I feel like people like to use when talking about anything. Yeah. And it immediately shuts down any point you're trying to make. Because like, you're a shitty person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
If you think that.
Yeah,
it's just like a challenge.
That's like a huge problem too, because like, I mean, like, when it comes to like the ones that are inherently ethical issues, yes. I think like I mean, abortion comes to mind, like one of those topics, you know. It's like, oh yeah, like, obviously you want kids to die or whatever, you know, like that kind of argument. Yeah, like I think you know, like, I think it's low hanging fruit, I think, at that point. Right. And it's like, exactly. Okay, like, what else though? Like, but also like, you're not engaging with me as two, I mean, just to be abstract, but like two spirits or two things kind of exchanging knowledge or exchanging thoughts. Like, you're immediately being like, no, bro, like you're a bad person. I'm set as a person. I'm a good person, over there.
You're a bad person.
Yeah. And I think binary thinking is it's very bad for our society in general.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah. So I think like in general, I try to not be like that, but I catch myself being like that sometimes too. But I mean,
oh yeah, me too.
But me too. But I really try not to be. I'm like, okay, like what's your take on it now? You know. But I think
I just don't like extreme. Yeah. Like, I don't like it extreme. Like there's this way to think about it. If you don't think about it this way, you're wrong and you're a bad person. You go to hell. Like, right. I don't know. Like, right. Hey, man. Like, yeah. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like your friend's opinion is not gonna like change the world. Like, literally. Yeah. If you don't agree with your friend and you think he's wrong, like, that's just him. Just leave it be.
Just leave it be. You know? Yeah. Like, you probably have more, like, you have more commonalities than differences.
Yeah. Right? There's people, like, he can't do shit. Like, he's not gonna go out and, you know, make policies. Like, this guy's, you know, he's just gonna go out and live his life. He's gonna go.
For sure. Dude, this discussion reminds me of, remember Professor Chris Erickson? I'm just going to name drop him because I'm trying to promote his book, I suppose. Chris Erickson, poli-sci prof.
What book does he have out?
He wrote a book. He does research on like Greek philosophy, like political philosophy, right? And one of his books, in one of his classes, he taught us, right? This whole class was just on his book, basically. And he was talking about the shield of Achilles. And like in mythology, I suppose, like what is written about the shield is that whoever looks into the shield gets stunned, like Medusa kind of thing. Like, you get stunned and frozen because like you see things on the shield. Like, it's like a magical shield, basically. I think like Hephaestus or something made it for Achilles, right? And he was just saying that, like, you know, this is a metaphor for like things in politics that have been like binary. It's like when you're confronted with the Achilles shield, for example, a claim of some sort, you immediately get frozen and you need to choose between one or the other. It's like you either choose. I forget the whole context of it, right? But like you either have to choose between, like, in the metaphoric sense, like between peace and war or something like that. And he used it as like a metaphor to talk about like various claims in the world. So for example, he uses quite a lot. The 9/11 war against terrorism and stuff like that. So the Americans were like, you're either with us or against us. Like it's very binary. It becomes like a, oh shit, okay, what do we like when it becomes very binary, it's clear, you know, but it's also quite dangerous. I mean that context is probably not good for that, what I just said, but you get my point. Like binary is not great.
Yeah, there's only one way to see things or the other.
Yeah,
you know, like but that's what it's come down to. There's no perspective. I think I was talking about this, and I feel like it's it has to just do with how we consume information, I guess. Too, like you're only exposed to, you're not exposed to like multiple ways of seeing anymore. You're either, there's two camps. There's one camp and there's another camp.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the context of like the States, basically. Like the past few years, where it's like one or the other.
Right. I mean, I think in the States it's been like that for a while, just because of how the political system works. It's what's it called? Bi-party. Fuck, what is it called? Yeah. Two-party dominant democracy or something. Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's like you're a Trump supporter, you're bad for people, like for liberals. Yeah, you're a Trump supporter, you're a bad person. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, you know. And there's already you
already claim
you're a
things.
Democrat, you're dumb. Like
if you're a Democrat, you're dumb. You like fake news. You think you're smart.
What do you think about like sets of beliefs? For example, like if you identify as like someone liberal, automatically everything is decided for you. Your opinion of everything is decided. You're like you're this is what you think about this. This is what you think about this. This is what you think about this. This is what you think. Or if you identify as someone conservative, like you're racist. You hate this. Like who the fuck decided that? Like
it's easier for human beings. Human beings it's labeling, right? At the end of the day, it's labeling. And I think people are really quick to be like, oh yeah, okay, obviously, because Trump supporter, racist, obviously, right? But that's not true. Like there's multiple facets to that statement, right? Because they support Trump, they doesn't mean they're racist. Shit, like they might be whatever, you know.
Hates Asians. This guy punched an Asian person.
Right.
You know, do you see there's this page of like, I don't know what it was, but it's like like Asian man gets assaulted, and it's like, and they just assume that's because he's Asian.
Oh wait, what?
There's one page and it reports a lot of crimes against like
this Asian people. Shark or something, was it called?
Yeah, and it's like because he's Asian.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like sometimes yes. Like sometimes it's actually Asian hate.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of times these guys are just unlucky, man.
Yeah.
And just happen to be Asian.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think
we don't know. We
don't know. But we don't know. I think the media will spin it however they want it to spin it. I think
it's just funny. Like I just go on even Instagram. Like it's not, you're supposed to get your news from Instagram. Right. But when you do, it's so like sided. Like it's so like you can tell right away. Right. No, for sure. Because it's like tabloid stuff, right? It's like quick, like consume like information as quick as possible. So I think like there is a threat there too. Like to being like, okay, like I get my information from Instagram posts. Exclusively, you know, like there's nothing wrong with it. You should just probably back it up with some other sources of information too. Don't take it at face value.
Yeah, with anything. Yeah,
don't
yeah,
take it
yeah.
at face value.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
I mean, I don't know if it's
Like,
funny. I don't know if it's funny, but
Instagram these days.
it's just like
if you,
baffling. I think for me, it's baffling. It's like, the fuck?
When you sit back and you look, I think it's like pretty funny though. I don't know. It's like, wow. It's like, really? You really think that?
Yeah, it is quite baffling just to be like, whoa, like, damn, like these guys quick to jump the gun, like this is obviously this because of this. I mean, for sure, like there's evidence to back that up, but I mean, I think that's with everything though, right? With before the Asian hate was probably Americans love to be like, if it was like a Muslim guy, be like, oh, terrorist, but like, no, that's not the case. Like always, that's not the case always. There's like other cases too. Like, not like, come on, guys. Like, it's just like generalizing. Generalizing is a problem. I think like at the end of the day, like people should just just research, man. Just research. I mean, like, there's gotta be a lot of like it's a minefield on social media these days, and I think it's quick to create media as well as consume media. So like, it's gotta be careful. I think either way.
Yeah.
But it is very concerning to know that this is the beginning of our lives, Findi. Like, we're like in our 20s, right? And
what
like,
do you think is gonna happen in like 20 years
in the future, right? Exactly. Like, what kind of fake news or fake or whatever kind of consumption of news will be in the future, right?
So I realized that I was going back on my Instagram posts, and the first Instagram post I made was in 2011. Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Wow, that's long time.
And think about how fast that medium changed. That app, that social, that media, like how fast it changed. Like I got Instagram because I could take pictures and put filters on it. Right. Like there was this filter, it was called the Nashville filter. And it was my favorite filter of all time. And I loved Instagram because I could take a picture and I put a filter on it and it makes me look artsy. Yeah. It makes the picture look artsier and nicer. And fast forward 10 years, everyone has Instagram and everyone has something to say on Instagram about something. Yeah. Right? It's like, it probably is a big part of political movements everywhere. Yeah. Like, what's next, right? Like, what's next? What's 10 years gonna look like for Instagram, right? Now, Instagram, when I open Instagram, I see like Thai celebrities coming out to apologize for like protesting in 2014, and blowing the whistle and shit. And I was like, whoa, this is whistle. So interesting. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I said so clapping hands earlier, so I apologize for that. Whistle blowing. Literally. Yeah, same thing though, but earlier. Same thing, but different. Yeah. But I was just like I was like, oh, like, it's being used for that. Like, it's being used to call out people. Right. And shit. It's being used to criticize the government. And before that, I was just putting like cute filters on my shit. Like, I was just like, but so in 10 years, like, what is it gonna be? Like, is it what do you think it's gonna look like? Like, personally, I maybe like the near future is probably gonna be like live feed yourself all day. Like, it's just gonna be like, just like, like I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what social media is gonna develop into becoming. Like, isn't that? Oh, that's so. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, what's gonna happen in 10 years? Like, I know that now, like, because I'm trying to go into like design and the creative field and shit. Like, I have to leave like an Instagram on my resume and shit like that. Just so they could check me out aesthetically. For sure. Like, what my aesthetics is. But like, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like with the interest in VR right now, I think something related to VR, which is like easy to consume for people. I don't think honestly, I don't think people will catch on to like wearing goggles all day, but something along the lines of being immersed in it,
will be a thing, I think.
You think people can like meet, like convene like through VR online? Of course.
They can do that now, Findi.
Yes, yeah.
There's VR rooms.
No,
Okay,
no.
you're avatars, but you don't look like yourself, right? But like you can talk to
man.
people as
Can you
VR
imagine?
avatars.
Can you imagine like you know what's that anime? If you see it, Sword Art Online.
No, what's that?
It's basically they're stuck in a video game.
Oh
But they're
shit!
just avatars. Yeah. It's
pretty sick.
funny.
Yeah.
You think that's gonna happen?
I don't think we'll be
That's
stuck,
just so
but
sick.
I think
No, but
that
you
might
could
be
go.
it. Yeah, something.
Oh man, imagine.
Some sort of social media avatar will be like a thing that we'll be immersed in. Like, you know, like it'll be like we are technically there already, right? But like we still think that it's
Very
like
true.
a wall.
We're still ugly. Yeah.
We still throw things at a wall, you know, and like hope things catch. But I think like it will come to us like in the next 10 years. Like if that makes any sense, you know, it was like on the wall earlier. Now it's gonna get closer to us. Like we're gonna feel it, you know. It's like maybe like when you like emote to like, you know, you can emote like love heart sign or like laughing sign. It could be like you can capture your actual feelings with facial recognition and like actually emote till whatever post like that.
I'd rather just go to Mars or something. Like
It's scary.
We put all our shit into like pool all our resources into like figuring out how to like. Okay, what the fuck are we talking about now? Anyways. Like I honestly wish we could pool all our resources into like finding a new planet to live on or something. That'd be cool.
I don't think they'll stop social media though, but okay.
Yeah.
I think social media is just part of human nature in terms of like wanting to know what the other person is doing.
Like we invented the internet and there was no other way that it could have played out.
Yeah.
Social media had to happen.
It just
someone had to figure it out. Someone would have figured it out.
Right. Like I don't know. Like for some reason you said that, and I was thinking like what came before social media, and I was like tabloid kind of news, right? Like when it came down to like paparazzi, right.
Yeah.
So like, and then Diana was before that, you know, like stuff like that, you know, and then I mean it's in our nature to be like, what's happening with that person's life? Like, what's happening
with anyone? But now I feel like everyone's a little celebrity of their own, you know?
Yes.
Or everyone feels like that.
Yes.
And, like, think about it. Like, before, like, you know, like, you have followers on, like, Instagram and shit. Like, obviously, it's not like, oh, like, everyone thinks they're the shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, it's like, but everybody thinks that more people care about them than they actually do. You know what I mean? Like it's like you post something and you think that like people give a shit.
Yeah, honestly,
in reality they don't, and it's a good thing that they don't.
Yes,
you know,
I agree.
It's not like people are narcissistic in a way, yes, but it's more in a way. I feel like it. What I'm trying to say is, I think it feeds into social anxiety because social anxiety, a lot of it comes from just not putting yourself on a pedestal, but like kind of this thought that like, oh, like everyone's looking at you and everyone knows what you're doing.
Yes.
Everyone cares about you. When in reality, you don't. Like even
people just don't care about you.
Those followers on Instagram and shit. Like you have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers on Instagram. They don't give a shit.
Right.
But it makes the person think that people give a shit. So
they do.
Then they're more anxious. They're just like, oh, like what
That's
should I do?
true.
What should I say?
Yeah.
What should I blah 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 blah? But you know, in reality, everyone is just
they're just doing their own thing and they don't really care. They're really quick to consume and dispose. I think that's just the reality of it, right?
Yeah. Whatever happens, whatever embarrassing thing you do isn't gonna last. Because everyone's doing the same thing,
or good thing
all the time
too, or good thing. Like you post your graduation photos. Like no, I don't like. I like it. I'm like okay.
Yeah,
I don't even say congrats to them. I'm like all right, cool.
You think about that person for like a hot sec, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like the emotional like attachment is like fleeting, like immediately fleeting. It's like it's crazy. Yeah, dude, it's pretty wild. I think.
Yeah, it's just like, I can talk all day about social media. I think it's like so interesting how we just have that, and Also, Mark, what's interesting, have you noticed how differently your parents use social media?
Yeah.
Like,
Very much so.
It's crazy, right? Like,
what have you noticed from your parents?
I just went on like my mom's not Instagram, my mom's like Facebook.
Yeah.
And my dad's Facebook, and it's just like the comments, the jokes, like how they do it. They're like living in another world. Like,
yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I can definitely see that. Yeah.
I'm not like active on Facebook, obviously, but
right.
I did go to check. Like,
you gotta check up on your parents.
I went to check up on my parents, and like,
they don't have to check up. Like, they don't check up on us anymore.
It's the same thing. They care about likes.
Right.
Care about likes.
They
care
do.
About, like, my mom cares about all that shit.
Yeah, my mom likes her own post just to get more likes. I'm like, fuck, what the hell, mom?
Yeah, I know. It's so interesting. Like, my mom was like, oh yeah, like we were talking on the phone, and she's like, yeah, like that post got a lot of likes, and she felt good about it. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I think to that generation, they didn't get the validation from their friends, like in a quantifiable form, right? Like they literally were living in the age where, like, if you wanted to feel validated, it would be like your close friends. But now, like, you can get all of your friends on Facebook to be like, thumbs up, nice, So it's like they enjoy that.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Like,
it's wild.
Obviously, like my parents, like they work in like the public sphere.
Sure.
So they know a lot of people. So, like the motherfuckers getting like hundreds of likes, bro. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're kind of famous. You're kind of an influencer.
You kind of famous.
It's like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And like their friends like comment things. They like it.
They like it.
They know how to do it. My mom changes her profile picture like every week.
What? Okay, so, that's a lot.
Sometimes,
that's a lot.
like I logged on to Facebook once, and it's just my face. That's her profile picture.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
and it's like not even a good photo of you either. It's just like
it's a bad photo.
It's like a photo they just took.
Yeah, it's just like whatever's the trend. Like like when like what's the funniest one was like just issues, like social issues around the world,
right?
Like like when like the Black Lives Matter thing was happening, like my mom's thing was like that. She didn't do it for pride though. It's not okay,
right? Oh no,
she didn't do it for pride. It's just
oh no, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just so funny. But the funniest thing was I logged in one time and my mom's profile picture is my face.
That's funny, dude. Honestly, and like I would be so shook. I was like, what the fuck?
And then there's the next one is me and my grandma.
Okay.
It's me and my grandma, and it's just like, I was like, okay.
All right, shit.
And I went to see the likes, 300, 400.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever got that many likes.
That's why I'm not on Facebook, bro.
Oh man.
But remember when you were like, oh, like let's promote like the thing on Facebook? I was like, I'm not on it.
Yeah.
I'm literally on Facebook Messenger. That's it.
Right.
Because this shit, man. Like my parents would be tagging me and shit. I don't.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, social media is such an interesting thing, and
have you seen this? Is your mom and dad on social media?
Oh, definitely,
your dad,
dude.
Not, but your mom.
No, my dad is, and
really?
I've seen his Facebook tab, and like he had like 1,000 friend requests, dude. I'm like, the fuck? How do you even handle this?
He works in the public world.
I'm like, what is this, bro?
Shit, I ever think that like I was so surprised. I was like, why the fuck did my mom know everyone? Like sometimes you ever surprised, like how the fuck do you know these people? How do you keep up with them? Like, okay, for example, like a wedding, right?
Yeah.
You host a wedding for one of your cousins and shit. Your cousin has a wedding, and then thousands of people show up, and you're like, how do you know this many people? Like, like my uncle, like how does
right? I don't know if your mom's the same way, but my mom is like I don't know. Like she's a person who doesn't remember anything, but for some reason, if someone walks by and she like remotely remembers, she'll be like, "Oh, that person is like CP's heir or something." It's like she'll be like, oh yeah, like they're associated with this brand, and they're like, their grandmother did this and their father did that. I'm like, the fuck? Yeah. How the fuck would you know that?
That's a very Thai thing. I think that's a very Thai thing. Yeah. I noticed that like people in our parents' generation, Thai people, they do that. Like
they want to keep up with each other, and I think that's why social media works so well in Thailand in terms of like people latch onto it really quickly. It's because they can keep up with people. Yeah. Which is,
and also like, have you noticed how like old people, when they brag, it's like it's just out there, like they're just bragging.
How so?
Like I don't know, like us, like our generation bragging on social media isn't as overt as like an older generation bragging on social media.
Can you give an example? Maybe
I've just noticed like people posting acceptance letters.
Oh,
and shit like that. Like parents posting shit like acceptance letters.
Yeah. Yeah, to EDs and stuff, right?
Like, yeah, like my son got accepted into like 6 universities.
Yeah.
And shit. And it's like, well, like good for you for being proud of your son, but like are you like it's like for your own clout a little bit, like, you know what I mean? And it's just so funny to watch.
I mean, I think it for sure is for their own clout. I mean, both. I think you're both proud, but also like it gives you more credit to be like, oh yeah, my son got into uni. Like that's the vibe.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's different from our generation, because I know a lot of people who post their acceptance letters and stuff like that, and they gloat about it a little bit. I mean, but props to you guys for like getting into good schools.
Like, I think like obviously like you can, like it's like you're proud of what you achieve, you work hard for it, whatever. Right. But it's just like I don't know. I just noticed that a few days ago.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying though. Like it's a lot more overt when it comes to older generation.
Older generations is pretty funny.
Yeah. And the Thai people really like to like write really like audacious kind of like paragraphs accompanying those like achievements, I guess. Like it's very like out there. It's very like, I'd like to thank you, everyone in their life. Like it's very big. It's like like okay.
Yeah. And everyone thinks they're a celebrity, man. It's funny.
Yeah.
Everyone with social media, everyone thinks they're a celebrity.
Did I say audacious? I mean, did I mean to say bodacious? I don't know. One of those words. I'm not good with English anymore. Dude, I think I'm dyslexic.
Shut up, man.
No, I honestly think I am. Like,
you know what?
I've been recently stuttering a lot, and I've recently been reading things like backward.
I don't think you're a dyslexic, bro.
I don't know, man. But like
you went through like so much. You went through like literally 24 years of school.
No, but I mean, it could be mild, but I can't read. I feel like I can't read anymore. Like I read things backward, and then like I don't say things well anymore. I'm like,
maybe you're not getting enough sleep, man.
I mix words from front to back now, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck's happening? But that's just I just wanted to vent about that for a little bit. But
what have you been reading nowadays? Do you still do readings?
I mean, I've been trying. I've been trying to start reading again. I've been reading this book about American hegemony, I think.
Damn, how do you guys do that, man? I like whenever I read nonfiction.
Yeah. For school.
I just get sleepy. I was just like, this is if this is not a sign, I'm not doing this.
I'm the opposite though. I can't read fiction at all. I hate fiction.
Yeah.
Cannot do it. But
yeah. That's good. That's good.
I've just been noticing that. I mean, I'm sure I might not be dyslexic, and I'm sure people who actually have dyslexia, they have a lot more problems. I just wanted to vent that. I mean, I'm having problems right now. That's what I'm saying.
You're having problems reading.
Yeah. But it might just be sleep or something. I don't know. Or maybe just being in Thailand for too long and not doing a lot of stuff. I don't know. But
what do you mean? You've been doing school, man. What do you mean?
That's true. I forgot about that whole life. I forgot my whole part.
What have you been doing these days? Have you been
I've been baking, watercolor painting, planning some startups with some friends.
Did you figure out a burger recipe, or is the market too saturated?
I mean, I was doing the burger buns for a little bit, and it's really tiring to kind of figure it out. I mean, I got to a good place, but I don't think I can maintain it for like the whole time because it's a lot of work just to make the buns, right? It's like that's only like 30% of the whole task. So I might be outsourcing instead. I think I might just be buying from a distributor.
But you still want to sell burgers?
Yeah, I want to sell something. I just want money right now. I just want to have fun, you know. But
yeah, I'm thinking of selling something too. I think I'm bringing back the t-shirts.
Let's get it. Yeah, look out for that. But yeah, dude, we're hitting time, and I guess for anyone who has been. Mindfulness habits. Build your habits. I think you can probably bullshit something about mindfulness right now, but I would say like go.
No,
just like just keep an open mind in general. Like literally with the word mindful, just be mindful of other people's like beliefs and opinions and values, dude. Like their opinions are valid too. Like they might. You might disagree with them, and obviously, in your opinion, they might be wrong. But you should at least give them the space to explore their own thoughts.
Out. Yeah, don't like when you argue with someone. I feel like I think it's a good thing to really think about what you're gonna say and why you're gonna say it.
Yes.
So if you're like I'm saying this to be right, or I'm saying this to make the other person
to win,
fucking stupid, and to win, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah. Especially when it's friends, right? I feel like if you're arguing with someone who is like really rude to you, then okay, whatever, right? I don't care. But if it's like but if you're talking with a friend and they have, you disagree on something, just keep it open mind.
Just be like, oh yeah, man, like that's what you think or whatever.
That's what you think.
We can still be friends,
right? Anyhow, we're hitting time, and we've had a good discussion today.
We have a tradition on this podcast.
Yeah. Okay, you do it, man. You introduce it.
And we, at the end of the podcast, we give a song or two that we kind of been feeling recently.
Yeah.
And I think Mark should start out.
All right, man. I have one song which our friend Peter recommended to me just now, and I love it so much. It's on my mind right now. I bet you know it, but it's by Ginger Root, and it's called Loretta. It's so good. It's honestly like
Loretta.
Yeah, Loretta, not Loretta. It's just called Loretta by Ginger Root. It's like a Atomic Tangerine vibe, but like nice. jazz. So I have only one song I would like to just share this week because the rest are.
I have not been finding a lot of music.
Yeah.
Recently, but if I did have to pick one song, it would be. Just give me a second. Here. Oh, I just listened to John Coltrane last night. A song called Naima.
Okay, yeah, it's good. I like it. I like that song. Yeah, I do too.
I think. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, shit. Well, this one was like a little. I mean, we're political science students. We always love talking about this shit, but like we try to refrain from kind of like talking about like more serious stuff because
like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where
you have to about it. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like I'm so angry about what's happening in my country right now and everything that's happening. It's like, come on, man. Let's But I mean, like today has been really enriching. I think.
Yeah. It's so funny that you opened the thing. It was like today we're going to talk about mindfulness and building habits, and then you just did not talk.
About it because fuck it. Maybe next episode. I
don't even know what I'm going to title this episode.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. But, guys, if you disagree, it's okay to share your opinions. You want to talk to us. That's all good, too.
Don't make us feel dumb, though.
Yeah. Because we ain't.
If you disagree.
Because we ain't. And you're not dumb, too. You're smart. And we're smart, too. Like, stop.
Just just tell us what you think, I guess.
Yeah, tell us what you think. No need to argue with me.
No need to
or make me feel like a piece of shit.
Stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or make me feel like I'm a bad person.
Yeah. All right.
That's not why we're here. Anyways.
Thank
you, Mark, for talking to me. Thank you, audience, for listening. What else?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point. It could be years, whatever.
It could be years, whatever, dude. But anyhow.
Anyways.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.